Hi everyone, welcome to Aravilam. I'm Sabruddin. So in this video, we are going to learn grand total and subtotal. So now I'm going to create one new pivot table. For example, I'm going to keep region in the columns and rep and items here, total here. Now as you can see, there are some bold letters, we have some numbers. Okay, so what is this? So this shows what is the total sales of brews in central region. That is the rep wise sales amount is given here. When you expand it, you can see the full split up. For example, this 16,695 is nothing but total sales of jeans in central region by brews. So if you are calculating something in pivot table for more than two columns, you can see these bold letters, that is subtotal. So we call these as a subtotal, and also here you can see grand totals. So grand totals are nothing but here for these split ups it shows what is the total sales or total value here. So here as you can see we have two grand totals both for rows and columns. So these are called as row totals. Okay, you can see it is showing the total of each rows, and in the same way here you can see columns total. So we call these as a grand total, and these values, these bold letters, are subtotal. So how do we modify this? Okay, so here I'm going to change this one so that I can see all the values in one screen. Okay, right. So here as you can see we have subtotals in the table, and also one more thing, we are having subtotal on the top of the group. For example, here this is called group, Bruce group, Clint group, Natasha group, like that. So here, right, this is the one group. In this group, we can see the subtotal on the top row only. So if you want to modify this subtotal or whether you want to add the subtotal or not, we have the option in the design menu. So for this, before we continue, I'm going to take a copy of this. So here I'm going to keep the subtotal as it is. So here I'm going to modify the subtotal. Go to design menu, go to the first option, that is subtotal. Click on it. Here you can see the second option as show all subtotals at the bottom of group. Click on it. Now here you can see for this Bruce group, I can see the subtotal at the bottom of the group. If you don't want to show the subtotal means, go to the subtotal option and click on do not subtotal. Subtotal is gone. So these are the three combination to present your subtotals. And the next one is grand total. So here I'm going to show four combinations. So here as you can see in pivot table, it is by default creating grand total for both rows and columns. In case if you want to show grand total only for columns, not for the rows, go to the design, go to the grand totals. Here we have an option called on for columns only. Click on it. Now here you can see it shows grand total only for the columns, not for the rows. Okay, and if you want to show grand total only for rows, not for the columns, means click on this on for rows only. Now here you can see it shows grand total only for the rows, not for the columns. Okay, and in the same way, if you don't want grand total at all, means just click on this off for rows and columns. Now you can see only the values, not the grand total. So this is how we will insert and modify subtotals and grand totals.